What's going on, guys? I'm Chris and welcome back to another video. Today I'm doing another tier ranking. I haven't done one of these in quite some time. I've got a new setup going for this video, going to try something new here, but tier rankings, I haven't done these since like the summer. I remember having an absolute blast with them, and I'm getting more into some Star Wars content because it is my true love, if you haven't caught that by now. Today I'm actually going to be tier ranking the Jedi. Now I'm going to preface this as a trigger warning to some. I have not seen all of Star Wars Rebels. I've seen about 8 episodes, probably 4 or 5 years ago, honestly, and I'm working my way through my Clone Wars rewatch, so I haven't seen Season 7 of Clone Wars, but I've seen Seasons 1 through 6, it's just been quite a few years. Another thing I wanted to say is I will not be counting every single Jedi that is canon, and I will have some from a video game, some from animated series, and even some of the pictures will be from a character that's in the movies in the live action, but their picture will be from the cartoon. So that's just the way that I'm going to roll with it. Sorry if your favorite Jedi didn't make the cut. I'm doing about 16, so we'll see what happens. Good old Jedi. So the tiers I have here are fantastic, great, good, meh, and bad. First Jedi here is Ayla Sakura. Now, she is a really solid character. I would say you get more of her in the Clone Wars, as there's an arc in Season 1 where she actually is with Ahsoka and Rex and Anakin, and they actually help out a local village, so I do like that arc, and I've always kind of enjoyed her character. I don't know, she's pretty cool to me. I had the toy when I was younger. I got rid of some of them, or some of them broke, so it wasn't in that collection video that I did, but I'm going to go ahead and put her in the... I'll put her in the, you know what, this is always so hard to do. I forgot how hard these things are. Man, it's difficult, but because her character doesn't get a ton of screen time, I'll put her in meh. Granted, I don't dislike her. Meh is like the decent category, so it's not good, it's not bad, it's right in between. Like, I have no issues with her character, I just wish we got to see more of her. The next character is Ahsoka Tano, who is a fantastic Jedi, and honestly, rewatching the Clone Wars, she's making her way up to some of my favorite Star Wars characters, and it's so sad that I haven't seen the Season 7 of Clone Wars yet, because I just know that it's amazing. Like, the last 4 episodes have 9.9 ratings on IMDb. Everyone's been gushing about them. What am I doing? I'm slacker. That's why I'm working my way through the Clone Wars rewatch, so that I can see her, and of course she's going to appear in The Mandalorian at some point, so... I did like her character, Snips, as Anakin calls her, so I'm going to put her in the great category, and the reason being is I don't think she's fantastic yet, but I guarantee I'll be eating my words after I watch Season 7 of Clone Wars. Let me know in the comments down below how badass she is in that, because I can only imagine. I've seen pictures, and oh my gosh, I can't wait. The next Jedi is Anakin Skywalker, who eventually turns into Darth Vader, but he's still a Jedi Knight for quite some time. That's why I got a picture of him from Attack of the Clones when he's like a full-on Jedi. But I would definitely put him in the fantastic category. The reason being is he is the founder of Star Wars. I've never really thought about it that way, but you know, he's Darth Vader. The whole entire Skywalker saga revolves around his influence, and you see him in the prequels as a little boy, a pod racer.
Now this is pod racing.
And then he goes on to become Darth Vader, so seeing that transition alone probably puts him in fantastic for me. Even if I'm just looking at him as a Jedi, though. You see him in the Clone Wars animated series. He's got a great relationship with Ahsoka. And he's just, like, cool. I don't know, the acting, say what you will about Hayden Christensen, I love the character. I think the acting definitely could have been better. I saw this article that, like, Leonardo DiCaprio was originally going to play him, or George Lucas wanted Leo, which would have been a dream. I honestly think the prequels would be deemed higher than they were. Granted, the writing, you know how it is, but I still enjoy the prequels, don't attack me. I love the character. I dressed up as him as Halloween one year. What did I just say? I dressed up as him for Halloween one year. There we go. His lightsaber is like the classic lightsaber. Of course, it's Luke's later in the original trilogy. It's the first Star Wars lightsaber, so I gotta put him in fantastic. Next is Cal Kestis from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which is a freaking awesome video game. I played it through in a few days. I played it whenever it came out. When was that? Last year. Last November, I want to say. I have the Xbox One. That's what I played it on. And this game is so much fun. The lore, the exploring is cool. Cal Kestis as a lightsaber hilt is dope. I think that it's going to come to Disney at Galaxy's Edge, so you can get a legacy saber. Cal Kestis is the anchor of this game. I like his relation with BD-1, the droid that he always has with him. And you know what? I'm going to put him in the good category, because I think that he is a really solid Jedi. I think that if there's a Fallen Order sequel, he could definitely make his way up to great, but he's not fantastic just because he's not up to par with some of these classic Star Wars Jedi, but he's still really good. Like, 2 thumbs up for Cal Kestis. No hate here. Next character is Ki-Adi Mundi, who is obviously a pinhead. That's what a lot of people call him. You know, I'm not being mean. I'm just saying the facts, folks. Ki-Adi-Mundi is one of the members of the Jedi Council, and he has like 2 lines throughout the entire prequel trilogy, but his character gets a lot more screen time in the Clone Wars TV show. And I like his character. I do. I think that he's going to be right there next to Ayla Sakura. That's why I'm putting him in Med, just because we don't see enough of him. And his death is tragic, I will admit, when they're on my Jito and he's running in the clone stop and they just fire away. Either way, we don't see enough of him, and he's not as compelling as some of these other Jedi, which is why I'm putting him in Meh. But Meh isn't like a terrible category. It's between good and bad. It's just all right. You know, it's decent. The next character / Jedi is Kit Fisto, who I really have a fond appreciation for, and I think that's because of the Clone Wars micro-series when you get to see him underwater with an underwater lightsaber. That's some next level shit. I love that. He is in live action. He's in Attack of the Clones, as you can see from the picture here, and he actually forces C-3PO, when C-3PO's head is on a battle droid, he forces him out of the way because he thinks he's a droid, and he's got a funny moment there, but he gets destroyed by Emperor Palpatine with the basically snap of a finger, just like Thanos. Again, why on earth did they get slaughtered so easily? I don't know. I'm not George Lucas, so I don't have the answer to that, but I wish they had justice done. Justice for the Jedi Masters, am I right? Kit Fisto, I will put above these two. I'll put Kit Fisto in good just because I think there's more to him in the Clone Wars, and honestly, I like the design of his character quite a bit, and the green lightsaber gets me, so I'm putting him in good. Next is Luke Skywalker. I had to take the picture of him from Return of the Jedi because that's like the classic Luke outfit in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and put him in fantastic. He is the classic Star Wars Jedi, the original hero. I mean, everyone knows who Luke Skywalker is. If you hear the name, Star Wars is what you think. Mark Hamill does a really good job portraying him, even as an annoying little teen. But I was going to the Tashi station to pick up some power converters. Like, that's a classic quote from A New Hope, and he's a whiny teenager. He does a good job of it, and then you see his progression throughout. You really just root for this kid as he goes from farmer to hero of the galaxy, so you got to put him in fantastic, and his green lightsaber is sick. I'm going to try and get that one when I go down to Disney in December. That will be quite a day. I might even do a video on it on the channel. Let me know if you want to see that down below. The next character is Luminara Unduli, who we do see in Attack of the Clones in the Battle of Geonosis, but she's also pretty heavily featured in, is it Season 2, I want to say, of Clone Wars? Her Padawan, Barriss Offee, of course, is with her, and there is an arc where they go back to Geonosis, and you get some Luminara, but I really like her, you know? I think that there's another episode, too, where her and Ahsoka fight Asajj Ventress, and I like that quite a bit. I'm going to put her in good next to Kit Fisto. I put her above Ki-Adi and Ayla Sakura just because I think that there's a little more to her character, but also maybe I just like green lightsabers, because now I realize I put Kit Fisto and Luminara above 2 people with blue lightsabers, so maybe green is just my thing when it comes to lightsabers. Next is Mace Windu, the only character with a purple lightsaber in the prequels, and I really do enjoy this character. Now, it's probably a bias because I love Samuel L. Jackson. It's also a bias because when everyone was a kid, I feel like they were drawn to the purple lightsaber, and everyone wanted to be Mace Windu because of the purple lightsaber, and his character is not as good as a lot of people would say, but, you know, I can't put Mace in fantastic. I can't put Mace in bad, so that eliminates the top and bottom. I can't put him in great or mess, so I'm probably going to go good with Mace Windu. I know that's blasphemous to some of you. I'm sorry. Dislike the video if you want, if I upset you. As cool as he is, when it comes down to it, he could have just swing of his sword ended the entire original trilogy, ended the events of Order 66. He could have just killed Palpatine, but, you know, it is what it is. I know that that's the writing, but they go kind of hand in hand. Next is Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan. Now that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Hello there. Another happy landing. Those are just a few of my favorite quotes from him, but Obi-Wan Kenobi I think is legitimately my favorite character in all of Star Wars, so I'm going to go ahead and put him in fantastic. Seeing him as Ben Kenobi played perfectly by Sir Alec Guinness in A New Hope. Actually, the only acting nomination at the Oscars for Star Wars is Sir Alec Guinness as Obi-Wan.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
That's no moon. It's a space station.
He's probably the most quoted for me. I quote this character almost an unhealthy amount. I'm going to keep doing it because I love it. Of course, seeing his relationship with Qui-Gon, then seeing his mentorship to Anakin, and ultimately their fight in Revenge of the Sith can't be topped. Like, he is the OG Jedi to me. I know I said Luke was, but I mean, Obi-Wan was kind of Luke's master in a sense. He gave him his father's lightsaber, so I don't know. You make the call in the comments down below. His lightsaber hilt's my favorite. I want to get one. I might have to do that. The Revenge of the Sith lightsaber hilt. That's awesome. Next is Plo Koon, who I am a fan of, and the main reason is because of the Clone Wars. I'm going to put Plo Koon in meh. Now, I don't think that Plo Koon is... You know what? I'm going to put Plo Koon in good. And the reason being is I like his mentorship to Ahsoka in the early seasons of Clone Wars. And I like his design, and he actually appears quite a bit throughout this series. He's a blue lightsaber member, but he made the good category. I like him. I just think that he's a very wise Jedi, and his voice is cool, and there's a lot of features about Plo Koon that I like. His death is also very sad. That's actually, you know, that Twitter account, it's like images that precede tragic events. That's what that picture is that I used. So take of that what you will, but Plo Koon, he's just good to me. Next is Qui-Gon Jinn, played by Liam Neeson, who I'm putting in great as we speak because Liam Neeson plays him perfectly, but he is like the first Jedi to really influence Anakin. Perhaps like the main character of The Phantom Menace, which is weird. Him and ObiWan, I mean, he is the main character. He's arguably, not even arguably, I think he's the protagonist of The Phantom Menace. His death is tragic. He gives a lot of wise advice to Anakin and Shmi Skywalker, Anakin's mother. I don't know. Anytime he's on screen, you're kind of glued, and when he's not on screen, your interest is a little fading in that movie. So I think he's one of the highlights of The Phantom Menace. That's why I put him in the great category.
There's always a bigger fish.
Next is Rey. Time to get controversial, right? I feel like anytime Rey comes up, controversy awaits. But you know what? I can't put Rey in fantastic or great, so the highest I can go with her is good, and I don't think she's bad. So she's either meh or good to me, and the reason being is she starts out phenomenal. Like, The Force Awakens is a great movie. She forces the lightsaber and ignites it when she's fighting Kylo, and then she's set up to be like, okay, this is going to be the main character of these movies going forward. The result, she is a Palpatine, and then at the end she claims she's a Skywalker. And, you know, in The Last Jedi, they said she was a nobody. And really, after a year now of The Rise of Skywalker ending, I wish they would have just kept her a nobody. Not everybody has to be connected in Star Wars. The Force surrounds us all. It's a guiding force. Anyone can be Force sensitive. I'm going to put her in good. She's not great or fantastic, just good because The Rise of Skywalker doesn't do her character much good, and honestly, the transformation of her character from beginning of trilogy to end of trilogy didn't do it for me as much as I would have liked it to, but I still really do like her in The Force Awakens. Next is Saesee Tiin, who mainly I know from the Clone Wars micro series. There's a really cool episode with him, I believe, where they're actually like in space, and I like that quite a bit. Honestly, there's not much to this character. He gets destroyed by the Emperor. It's really sad. I'm going to put him in a... Ooh, I haven't put anyone in bad. I don't know. I don't think there's a bad Jedi. I'm going to put him in med just because I think he's on par with Ki-Adi and Ayla Sakura. There's no bad Jedi that I put on this list, which is wild, right? And I know I have two more. But I guess, you know, he's fine. He's fine. He's got a cool green lightsaber. But other than that, he went out sad in Revenge of the Sith. Next is Shaak Ti, who in a deleted scene in Revenge of the Sith, General Grievous actually kills her. But, you know, it's like I'm so almost biased to Star Wars because I love it so much. It's hard for me to put a Jedi in bad. I feel like Maz is the highest I'll go because she still is a Jedi. She has an influence. I know she is in the Clone Wars. I know her name. She's got a cool lightsaber, but, you know, there's not much to her. I'll put her in meh. And last, but certainly not least, is Master Yoda, who many would claim is the greatest Star Wars character of all time. Yoda's going in fantastic, and there's no denying it. He is perhaps the greatest Star Wars character of all time, maybe even the most iconic. Vader and Yoda and Boba Fett probably all up there with the most iconic. But if you see a silhouette of Yoda, instantly you think Star Wars. He is the wise mentor in Empire Strikes Back. We see him kicking ass in the prequels, which I love and I will always defend. And then ultimately he meets his demise in Return of the Jedi in a very, very tragic scene. But he goes, "There is another Skywalker." You can hardly make it out, but, you know, I feel like subtitles are good for something, right? Yoda's awesome. And that's that. Anyway, though, that's going to do it for my tier ranking of the Star Wars Jedi. I only did about 16 here. There's a lot more Jedi in canon that I didn't touch, just didn't want to talk about in this video. Definitely hit the like button. Comment down below your ranking of the Star Wars Jedi. Are there some that you would have put in the bad category, and do you think I'm crazy for putting the lower ones in meh? If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It would mean the world. Got a ton of content planned to finish out the year. I'm really excited for it, and you can expect to see more tier rankings of franchises soon because they are a blast, and I honestly just strayed away from them for so long. I'm happy to make the return, so stay tuned for all that content and more, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. May the Force be with you.